night and day too. Who I am today versus 2 years ago. It's like I just started saying no to a lot of things that I was saying yes to.
Yeah.
I started saying no to Friday nights, Saturday nights.
So you felt like your baggage, to a degree, from your childhood past experiences that we both have we've shared that. We've shared some of the common things we've had. You didn't use that as a crutch. You didn't say, oh well, it was me. This is why I'm not where I want to be because of XYZ circumstances.
I wanted to figure it out.
Right. You wanted to figure it out, and you didn't want to use it as a crutch. You wanted to conquer.
Curious and observant.
Right.
And that's what it brings me back to. I think a lot of people that study psychology. It's like, well, why are we motivated to do a lot of things? Think of the person that's overweight and that goes to the gym. Conflict. There's conflict, so you're looking for a solution. You're either going to look for a solution or you're going to stay in the conflict.
Right.
I decided to seek a solution. Well, one way to figure yourself out is to understand human behavior.
Right.
So my answer to what we talked about earlier is like, study psychology, study early child development, study the brain. You can know yourself by knowing self.
Right.
It's like study those disciplines. And now don't just be in a silo though. Don't compartmentalize those. Don't only study psychology. Study some other disciplines around it. Study history. Study the world. Invest your time in developing some kind of idea of how the world operates that is separate from what you see on the news or separate from what you hear as a soundbite at a bar. It's like, and then that's going to translate to your business.
Listen, I've been saying this, Jay, for 4 or 5 times we've had the pleasure of meeting. It sounds like there's a Jay Doran Book of the Month club.
Yo, wait, so what is the book that you're reading now? I know you're a reader. You're a reader. You do audio?
I do. Yes, I do audio.
I actually prefer audio.
I do too.
I'm romantic about reading.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? I'm curious.
I like audiobooks because I can do it in places where I typically don't have to be. If I'm walking to the subway, if I'm in the subway, I take public transportation to work. Or if I'm just laying in bed and it's completely dark because my wife is trying to get to sleep. You know what I mean? It's just I can do it anytime, any place, and all it requires is my headphones. And I think that's kind of liberating actually. And I actually find myself, I've got an extra hour a day because of that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because literally, if I'm sitting there watching my newborn baby, and instead of reading, I could actually be looking at her but still listening.
That's
you know what I mean? Now, there are times where I have to kind of pause and rewind a couple of times to make sure I get what I'm trying to get out of that particular chapter or whatever, but it's very, very easy to do.